Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we are checking out a Sapphire Sandalo video. This is Deadly Cave Nightmare, Stories with Sapphire, animated scary story time. I'm a little nervous. You've got two young girls running through a cave. Oh, it's a nightmare that they have. Or maybe the story is so scary there's a nightmare. I don't know. Let's see. Link is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
Hi, Oddings. Welcome to Stories
Younger
with
sibling in
Sapphire.
Filipino. Okay.
I'm your Ate Sapphire. Most
Hello.
people will find it surprising that caving is actually a low-risk activity. The number one cause of death and injury is being unprepared. But even with the odds in your favor, there are some things you simply cannot prepare for.
Right,
Because
I
you
don't-
never thought it was
I'm not going to no
possible.
cave. I'm not going to no
Sisters
cave.
Paula and Esme are about to have the vacation of a lifetime. And now, it's story time.
I like that she has like this intro and everything. Also, congrats to her. She recently got to 100K. So shout out to her. Dire Ditch Cave.
Paula and Esme decided to take a break from the rest of their family on their vacation. So they wandered around the park until they stumbled upon the opening to a cave. Whoa, we have to go inside.
No, we
Paula
don't.
said.
No, we
Esme's
don't.
bright red braces glistened as she tried to hide her fear. Is it safe? Caves are literally just rock. We'll be fine.
You don't know what's
Before
in
Esme
there.
could object, Paula dashed through the entrance. Marco! Polo!
I'm going to say Marco ain't
Paula
here.
did that
The
a
number
lot.
you've called has been
But
disconnected.
Esme was used to it. Armed with nothing more than their cell phones, they made their way into the cave. It was incredibly spacious inside. Every step they took echoed around them. Esme shone her phone up at the roof
That's a cute,
and snapped photos of the beautiful hanging stalactites.
Phone case.
The usually chatty sisters were in silent awe of how gorgeous this place was.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
They had reached the other side of the entrance, where the path continued through a narrow passageway. Paula, in her usual scurry, hastily slinked her way inside.
No.
Hey, wait up! Where are you?
It's even smaller.
Marco!
No, Marco ain't here. Marco ain't here.
With
No.
the cave entrance far behind them, they had nothing to guide them but the light of their phones. As
Okay.
they scanned the walls of the cave, their light fell upon a section of paintings. Wow,
Yeah, what
how
is it?
old do you think these are?
Oh, like
At least
hieroglyphics.
2,000 years. Aren't you glad you didn't chicken out? Come on,
No,
let me take
I'm
a
okay.
picture.
I'm okay.
Esme held her hand up and posed next to the paintings. As she walked away, her hand accidentally brushed the wall. A bit of red pigment now stained her finger.
That means
They
it's
both
not
looked back at the wall.
2,000
Maybe
years old.
these aren't that old.
Nope. Oh,
They heard a loud clunk
What?
echo around them.
What the
Esme
heck?
scoured the other side of the cave with her light, trying to find the source of the sound. but
Okay.
with no luck.
all right.
The thunks were getting closer.
Oh, dear.
Then, from an opening on the opposite side of the cave, a large staff appeared, hitting
Go.
the ground.
Go.
It was held by a hefty hand
No,
with
go.
big, gnarly knuckles.
You don't
Paula
need to see
and
anything.
Esme were frozen,
No. Go.
petrified, as
Go.
a figure emerged from the opening.
Go.
Most of its body was cloaked in shadows,
Mm.
but the girls could see its eyes glistening with rage.
Oh, dear.
It
Go.
raised its staff and slammed it against the wall.
Yeah, go.
The entire cave trembled.
Go.
Bits of rock began to rain down.
No. No.
Cave dweller quickened its pace,
Oh, no.
slamming into the wall over and over.
No, no, it's trying to close
The
them in.
cave
It's
was
trying to close.
collapsing
No.
around them.
Oh, go.
And Paula and Esme were running out of time.
Right, yes,
The
right.
ground shaking beneath them and holding their phones out with one hand.
Yeah.
The girls kept tripping on themselves.
This is all your fault,
as they
Paula.
scrambled to make their way out of the crumbling cave. Paula continuously called out to her sister so she could follow her voice. They finally reached the sunlit opening of the cavern.
Okay.
And they breathlessly climbed out.
Okay. Okay, thank goodness.
The adrenaline coursing through Paula's veins pushed her to keep running. She didn't stop until she tumbled into a dip in the ground.
Okay. Oh.
After she caught her breath, she stood up and looked back.
Wait. Esme!
There was no sign of Esme.
No.
Paula sprinted back towards the cave entrance.
It's all your fault.
She could not comprehend what she saw next. At the opening of the cave was now a large sign with tour times and prices. A line of snap-happy tourists wove around ropes.
What?
She was just inside that cave. Where did all these people come from?
Right.
Paula approached a young woman with a name tag.
Okay.
Excuse me, have you seen a girl with black hair and red braces? You'll have to purchase a ticket and wait in line like everyone else.
Did you hear my question?
After waiting over
You can
an
answer my
hour,
question, though.
Paula's group was finally let into the cave. The entrance
I
was
mean,
no
she bought
longer
a ticket.
spacious, but blocked off by large hunks of rock that had fallen. Paula's mind was racing. Where the hell was Esme?
Right.
The tour guide led them to an opening in the rocks, blocked off by rope. This cave collapsed an estimated 400,000 years ago. But what makes this place so unique was this recent peculiar discovery. The bones of what might have been a teenage girl were found in this opening.
No.
The skeleton is completely intact, indicating that this girl might have been trapped when the cave collapsed and died a slow, laborious death in this ditch. Paula pushed past the other tourists and looked down into the hole.
No.
She's been dead for 400,000 years, and yet she has the structure of a Homo sapien. And on her teeth, a striking similarity to red dental braces.
Oh my
Near
goodness.
her head is a rectangular object, of which archaeologists are still trying to determine its ancient function.
Oh my gosh.
Who was this poor girl? And how did she end up in such a horrific situation?
No.
If you don't want nightmares tonight, like and share this story.
That's still gonna get me nightmares, even if I like and share. Okay, so this reminds me of like this movie. I do not remember the name of the movie. I don't even remember who was in the movie, except there was a familiar face. I just don't remember which familiar face it was. But these kids, excuse me, had went into this cave. It was like cave diving. So they went into this cave, and while they were in there, I think one of their friends had died, or one of their friends had gotten stuck or whatever. But, spoiler alert to this movie that I don't remember the name of. They go into this cave, and they realize that time is like affected differently within this cave, and that they're like friends, it seemed like, and it was a matter of like, I believe minutes to hours. Like they were only in the cave for like maybe an hour, and then outside it was like days for the friend that was waiting out there. And so it reminds me of that, the situation of when they went into the cave, it was this time, but by the time that when they got out, time was just affected differently in that cave, and when they got out, like a whole bunch of time was affected, right? This one's a little bit stickier when it comes to time travel, because they were in nowadays, right? We're assuming. Then they went into the cave and it somehow ended up being there 400,000 years ago. And then when they got back out, it seemed to be sometime in the future, because there's this whole tent set up here, and that did not exist before, right? So it's a little sticky, but the time travel is always like a mess. Time travel is always like, tricky. It's tricky. That's what it is. But my gosh, I feel bad for the situation. Kids, adults, people, if someone's like, hey, let's go in this cave, don't go. All right. You gonna be all right. If you want to look at what caves look like, watch a documentary. All right. They got a bunch of them on Netflix. You don't need to go inside no caves. Watch that one where the guy fell on the rock. What's it called? Is it 2700 hours or 5,700 hours? I have no idea, but it's based on a true story of like a guy who got stuck in a rock and then having to cut his hand off to get out. That's not a movie that I want to watch because I don't want to see this man get stuck in a rock. And there's so many movies, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I mean, in the situation of like how frightening that will be for me. Getting stuck in a rock as you're climbing, like, woohoo, I'm gonna climb this mountain. And then you go in a cave and you're stuck there and you have to cut off your own hand. Do you understand how, oh my gosh, that is stressful. I don't want to be a part of that. And there's so many movies where people go into caves and there's like crap in these caves that somebody didn't experience or somebody didn't discover. So they're still there, and supernatural beings and murderous ghosts and, you know, crazy rock creatures and all sorts of stuff. I'm good. I don't want to do nothing with no caves. And be safe. Don't do it. Or else you're going to end up leaving your sister behind on accident and her dying a slow, laborious death, as I quote from what she said, like, you know, maybe 10 minutes ago. Goodness. Wow. I know these aren't true stories, right? And I say true because some of these things, you never know. This one isn't, but you never know with some of the other stories. But my gosh, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below. If you like this video, hug the life out of the like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.